Hello everyone, and welcome to my vitamin D walk talk. Today is a great, nice day. It feels amazing outside. I am getting 26 IUs a minute right now in the sun, and it's great. It's funny because I've been tracking this ever since like November. I started off at a 23, and the app that I use is so awesome. It actually kind of estimates what your vitamin D levels in your blood is going to be. So right now I went from a 23 in November up to a 38 right now. So it's raising, it's going slow, but it's definitely going. So I'm moving in the right direction. Like physically, mentally, I feel, I guess, not as like depressed, I guess you would say. I felt kind of low when the number was low, and as I'm raising it and getting outside every day, you feel better and better. And that's one thing that you'll notice with the vitamin D. So I do love getting out every single day and seeing this app and seeing it raise. So I highly recommend everybody use this app. Everybody, because you're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn something, have one takeaway, something from this app, and it's great. So anyways, the best thing you can do is empower yourself to learn about your own body. Biggest thing you can do, you guys. It will change your life. But today I really wanted to talk about something I think I'm really good at. I feel like I'm really good at is kind of like having that like morning routine. What does your mornings look like? How are your mornings? Are your mornings really chaotic? Are they really stressful? Are you just like, what do I do? Where do I go? Are you in a rush? Or are you kind of more like, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna meditate, I'm gonna have a relaxed day? What does that kind of look like? And what is a successful morning? Like, how do you set yourself up for success? I feel like I have a very good one. There are a lot of books out there about morning routines. I have read The Miracle Morning, which is a pretty good routine. So if you haven't really gotten down your routine, The Miracle Morning is a great book to read. But one of the books that kind of made me think about this was The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. It was a book that I listened to on my drive to the Grand Canyon recently. And the 5-second rule basically kind of just helps you empower yourself to make changes. So if you're just like, oh, I don't want to do that, I'm scared to do that, you count yourself down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, and physically move and do the thing that you don't want to do. So in her example, she had a huge problem waking up in the morning. She didn't want to get out of bed, she didn't want to do that, she would hit the snooze constantly. And so for her, she was like, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch. Get out of bed, get that morning going. And it changed her life, and she wrote a whole book about this. But it's interesting because she does talk about her morning routine. And although it's very similar to mine, there is one key difference that I want to talk about because I think it's huge. Like, this will change everything for you guys. So her morning routine was basically, she wakes up, she has an alarm on her phone early. You wake up like an hour before you're supposed to wake up so you kind of can get your stuff going. She wakes up and her phone is in her bathroom. So she does not sleep with her phone by her bed, which is key, you guys. Stop it. Get that phone out of your bedroom. Get the electronics out of your bedroom if you're having any sort of sleeping issues. But she wakes up and she gets her phone, and then she kind of brushes her teeth, drinks her coffee, and then that's when she writes her to-do list. I was listening to that and I was like, oh, big mistake. Big mistake. Because right when you're waking up, you're still kind of in dreamland. You're still kind of sleepy. You're still kind of out of it. Why don't you wake up? Because when we wake up, we're just like, yeah, let's go. That's when I know I have the most energy. I have a lot of energy. I'm just like, yeah, let's go. Let's do this. I want to do things right when I wake up. So why wouldn't you have that to-do list already written? That's key, you guys. So that was my biggest takeaway from her book was like, she needs to write her to-do list the night before and not the morning of, and she will be a hell of a lot more productive. And this girl, Mel Robbins, she's a best-selling author, like CNN, all this stuff. She's really productive. But man, that little tweak probably would change so much for her. Crazy, but I do it, and it's something that's changed a lot for me. It's how I'm able to be so productive. I get that question constantly because I take on a little too much. I take on a lot of things. I take on a little bit more than I should. But how am I able to kind of do all of this stuff? It's because I make a list for myself almost every single day, and I'm just like, check. I do it at my full-time job. I do it in my part-time job. I do it with everything. I do like literally like even when I'm going on a trip, I make lists for everything of like, what am I going to pack? What am I going to bring? What do I need to do? Like lists for everything. And it works really well for me because I feel like you have to plan. For me, if I wake up on a Saturday or a Sunday and I'm like, I have to do all these things and I don't have a plan, they're not going to get done. They're really not going to get done. I'm going to procrastinate. I'm not going to do them. But I found if I actually write ahead the night before and I have it before I go to bed, I write the list, have the list down, so you kind of know before you go to bed. So you're not stressed. You're not thinking about like, what do I need to do? You already know. So when you're going to bed, you're in this sleep, your brain's going to think about these things. It's going to say, okay, gonna wake up and do these things. And then you're gonna wake up and you do the things. It's that easy, you guys. I mean, it sounds crazy because it's so easy, but nobody does this. And try doing this. Plan your day the day before and it'll change everything. But yeah, so my morning routine, I guess if I'm not working, let's say a typical Sunday for me. So I like to not wake up to an alarm. My cat wakes me up at 4:30 because she likes food, but I have been waking up at 4:30. I have a supplement that I've been taking. It's a GI Broom from Dr. Morse. It basically goes in and like really like scrubs out my gut. It cleans it out. It gets some bacteria, some stuff in my gut lining walls, which is like deep, deep, deep stuff. So I've been taking this. I can't have any food around it. So for 2 hours, I can't have any food, and I'm not good at fasting in the morning. I want to eat so bad. So it's been very hard for me to be like, okay, Kelly, just breathe. You can eat at 7, it's fine. But so yeah, so I take that, then I'll kind of go back to bed because I'll feed my cat, go back to bed. Then I'll wake up probably around like 6, 7, right when the sun comes up. I'm always up right when the sun comes up. I don't like to do it with an alarm. And then the first thing I'll do is I'll grab my list. What am I doing? What am I doing that day? And most of the time, I'm typically starting my day with a workout. So I'm going across the street, I'm going for a workout, and that really wakes me up. After my workout is kind of when I get back. I do like my creative stuff, kind of. I'll get back and I'll do some Instagram, I'll do some posts, I'll work on my posts, and kind of more in the afternoon is when I will have like calls with people. I'll schedule calls and do that. So, and like, I also like to take a break in there at some point and go for a walk, get some lunch, probably around like lunchtime, get outside, do the vitamin D. But yeah, I do power blocks in my days, you guys. So in the mornings, I'll have like a 2 or 3 hour block where I am focused and I am working. And then kind of my fun lunchtime, and then I'm having another power block in that afternoon. Always. But I schedule these and I know exactly, okay, what am I focused on today? What am I gonna do today? And this is what I'm gonna do. Yesterday, you guys, I was kind of overwhelmed with everything I had to do, and it was a lot, and I started doing it at like 7:30 in the morning, and I wasn't finished till 6 p.m. But I got everything done, and do you know how awesome it felt to check off my list and just cross it off and be like, done. There was things on there I was putting off I didn't want to do, but done. So I would also say, if there are things that you don't want to do and you don't like to do those first on your list. So always come up with like, okay, what is the most important thing I am going to do today? Do that first on your list, and that's great. So I guess today kind of was talking about like a morning routine, kind of turned more into planning, but you guys, plan your day, the day ahead for the next day, and it'll change everything, I swear. So hope you guys have a great day and have a fantastic vitamin D walk, because you need one.